تبارك الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Today we are going to have one of our candidates speaking test. Actually, she has recently got 8 band in her Ielts speaking test. Now we are going to start speaking test. In the first part, I'm going to ask you some questions about yourself. First of all, I would like to have your introduction, please.
I'm Dr. Zubaria Akhtar and I'm a women medical officer in THQ Hospital.
Can you show me your identity,
Yes,
please? Thank you very much. All right. What is your full name?
My name is Dr. Zubaria Akhtar.
All right. Thank you very much. Back. Can you tell me where you live?
I have been living in the hospital residential area for about 2 or 3 years. As I told you previously that I am a woman medical officer, so I am living within the premises of hospital.
All right. Are you happy by living over there?
Yes, it is quite a secure and quite healthy environment is there, and our neighbors are all related to my own profession. So I'm quite, it is quite convenient to live there, and it is quite easy to approach to my daily professional commitments easily.
All right. I would like to ask you some questions related to your profession now.
Yes.
Right. Do you like doctor profession?
Yes, I like my profession because I always wanted to be a doctor as it was a dream of my father, and I feel myself very blessed that I am a woman medical officer, and I feel myself very privileged that I am a doctor.
All right. What is the best thing you like about your profession?
This profession is very good in the sense because it has very dignity towards, especially towards the females, and I feel myself very independent, and I earn so good, and I have not only I'm economically well settled, but I'm also very much admired by my family and also by my friends. So I think it is quite a good job.
The things you do not like about your job?
I do not like one thing. I do not like. I will not say that I will. I do not like that thing, but I want to change. I want to modify little things. For example, the daily outcome and of patients, and the daily routine of government hospitals, because OPD is very heavily overloaded by the patients, and it is not good that we are not able to give 5 to 10 minutes to individual patient, and it is I think it is professionally and ethically not good for the patient.
Are you happy with the working hours?
Yes, I am quite satisfied with my working hours, because our medical superintendent, our HOD is very good, a very nice person, and he understands the personal commitments of especially the ladies, and he allows us to work in those hours which are satisfactory for us.
All right. What time do you prefer as a doctor to do a job? Because are you married?
Yes, I am married.
All right. Do you have children?
Yes, I have one son, and he's 2 years old.
All right. What hours do you prefer to do a job at hospital? In the morning, in the afternoon?
Yes, I always prefer to do morning duty, because it has 6 hours, and my son is trained that his mother will be on her job between 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So I always prefer to morning job, and evening and nights are not suitable for my life.
All right. And how do you manage your family and your job together?
I always keep one maid for the who are especially babysitter for my baby, and my husband does not have that hectic schedule, and he also manages a home in my absence. So especially he is very vigilant for our son in my absence, and it is quite manageable, and especially in the morning hours we manage quite in a quite good sort.
All right. There's another question I would like to ask you.
Yes.
Do you think the children, they're giving homework from the schools and workload, is it good or not good?
Homework is quite necessary for the children, especially the parents should know what their children are doing in the schools, and they should also help their children in their homeworks. But students or the young children, they should not have much burden of school commitments, because they will feel their self bored, and they will not find anything exciting in learning new things.
All right. Last question from part 1. What are the different ways people prefer to meet their friends?
It depends upon people's own choices. It varies from person to person. Some people like to meet at formal places. For example, they love to meet their friends, or they divide people according to their standards. Some meetings they prefer in formal places, for example, hotels, or they want to explore new places. But if you will ask about myself, I'm very much comfortable at my own place, so I will like to meet at my home or at the place where I feel myself comfortable. So it depends upon the person's own thinkings.
All right, thank you very much. Now I would like to move for the part 2, and in this particular topic, in this particular part, you've got to speak for 1 to 2 minutes non-stop, and don't worry if I stop you. Okay, the topic is the busiest time in your life. You can have a piece of paper with a pencil, and you can prepare yourself in a minute. All right, time's up. The tick starts.
I would like to explain you the time which was the busiest, and I will rather say the hectic time of my life. That was my house job, and it was 1 year. It was consisted of 1 year span, and it actually we medical graduates, we have to undergo the training of house job, and we have to work in different departments of the hospital, and it is actually related to our practical experience. And it was when I graduated from my medical 5 years of my medical education, I entered in the practical world of hospital, and I found that that was very hectic, because I was very new for the OPD schedule, for the operation theaters schedule, and I have to be there on my toes very actively, and I have to arrange different lists for the operation theaters and of different patients, and I have to manage the blood arrangements for the patients, and different reporting system were also in my duties towards the consultants and different senior doctors. So I found myself very much uncomfortable, and I was very depressed that how I will manage this hectic schedule. And even I got my swelling in my legs and in my ankles when after working for 36 to 42 hours consecutively. So that was the hectic time, and I could not got that much time for my personal life, and I was unable to join the wedding of my uncle and even my cousin brother. So I was totally very, very disappointed from my profession, that if it is that I did not have that idea that it is that much busy, it will be not suitable for me in the future. But
All right. Do you still recall these moments?
no, now that was just related to our training, but nowadays it is quite different. And because we have I have selected some field related to medicine, so I selected the comfortable zone of the medical profession.
All right. We've been talking about the busy time in your life.
Yes.
Now I would like to ask you some questions related to this.
Yes.
Can I have booklet back?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about the busy schedule of people. Do you feel happy when you are busy in your job?
Yes, initially I was not coping up myself with this busy schedule of hospital, but later on I became well trained, and I became comfortable with the daily requirements of my profession. So initially it is not comfortable for anyone who is new in the job, but later on everyone gets comfortable with the daily routine. So now I feel myself blessed that I am related to the medical profession.
All right. Do you really feel happy when you're doing your job?
Yes, I feel myself very happy when I see patients, new patients, and I have to diagnose new diseases, and I have to be very vigilant towards the changing of the effects of different medicines over the patient's daily which I prescribe them to them. So I think it is. I feel myself very comfortable when I am happy when I am prescribing different medicines and diagnosing the diseases.
All right. What makes young and old people busy?
Busy.
Yes.
Yes. They have their own choices. First of all, they have their own daily routines. For example, young people, they are busy in their studies, and they are busy in their friend groups, and they are also nowadays they waste a lot of time in the mobiles. So they have their own choices, and it depends upon their own preferences. And old people, they do not have much time to spend on the hectic. They do not have hectic schedule normally, because in the old age, mostly people are retired and they spend their most of the time with their families. And but I also know some of the people who are old persons who are busy even in their late ages in their and they have their own professions, and it is quite admirable.
All right, this last question. How did adults used to be busy 20 years ago, and how are they busy now?
As I mentioned about the new advanced technologies, which are nowadays have the major influences over our young generations and even on the adults, and which includes computers, laptops, mobiles. And I do not think that 20 years back people were very much do not have that much knowledge about these technologies, because they were introduced early, not the 2 decades back. So I think at that time adults were not that much busy in comparison to nowadays, because nowadays people are busy in their profession, in their studies, but they also have major time, or they also spend major time over these mobiles, laptops, and they do not prefer to give much time to their families, and that is quite wrong.
All right, so there's last question.
Yes.
What will be the preferences of youngsters in the next years from now?
I think a lot of a lot of knowledge and teaching is required to modify the daily preferences of the young adults, and because if I will say about our cultural and economical status in our country, each and every children, and not even children but adults, should know the value of time, and they should not waste their time over the unnecessary things and waste their time over the unnecessary activities. For example, mobile phones and different wastage of time. For example, indulging in different apps, for example TikTok, which has destroyed a lot of good talent in our country, for example youngsters, and they are just involved in such time wasting material just for the for some likes and views, which I personally feel very bad about ourselves.
All right, thank you very much. This is the end of this. Thank you.